money banks to sell their excess dollar stock in 24 hours. The words of the late Russian leader will come to mind here. He said the best way to run a country down is to destroy its currency. I believe him, Jide.
Yes, and that's why we need to rescue our currency. The CBN is on a kind of firefight. This is what I see that is going on. There are some steps being taken that I believe in the final analysis will help us improve liquidity in the forex market. For example, the president has ordered the NNPC that all crude oil sales, the proceeds must henceforth go into the CBN account. In the past, the NNPC will sell crude and under declare the proceeds. Nobody, they determined on their own at every point how much they will remove to cater for subsidy. And no one, remember, Sanusi, the former Emir of Kano, described them as an opaque agency. That where are the dollars? The NNPC has to be asked, where are the dollars? I think the president is about to solve this problem by saying, okay, henceforth, you won't even hold those dollars because NNPC was always keeping a huge stock of the proceeds of crude oil sales.
Which is in hard currency.
In hard currency. We need this money. What is the money doing in your vault or your account? Some of the other businesses that they do, they use some of the money and keep the rest. But now, whatever they sell,
CBN,
all the money goes to the CBN. Hopefully, especially if we are able to even improve production. But that's a big problem as well. We are not producing enough. We are not meeting our target. If we are able to produce production, certainly liquidity in terms of the forex market will improve. That is one. It is also being suggested to government that the crude oil sales within our country, maybe for the oil majors and the rest, should be done in dollars. They should pay in dollars when they pay, because when they pay, we'll also be able to get some more money to improve liquidity in the forex market. The final step that I want to talk about is what the matching order that the CBN just gave banks. Nigerian banks have more than $5 billion in their vaults. Doing what? I can tell you $5 billion. I can tell you that those banks, the Nigerian banks, are a major source of round-tripping within the system.
A major problem.
You use your Naira stock to buy these dollars and then keep it. That's speculating. That's what banks at their level, they are speculating. Now, whom are you keeping? Tell us the people you are keeping that money for. You are an intermediary. You are an agent. You have no business keeping that stock of dollars. 5 billion. 5 billion is what we are talking about here.
Dollars.
$5 billion. And my question is, are we just knowing that these banks have been doing this? Are we just knowing? Now, we've been brought to our knees. The CBN governor is now saying, okay, within 24 hours,
dispose it.
What you have,
sell them.
Sell.
I think that we are even being lenient with these people. If banks are found to have contravened CBN regulations, you can take two steps.
Sanction them.
Sanction them. Or this stock of dollars, buy it from them, give them Naira. And let's move on.
I think they even reveal everything.
Some of them must have bought it at a time when it was maybe around 300 or 400 and all that. Today, if they were to sell the dollars,
can imagine.
It's like they can't lose.
They cannot.
They can't lose.
They cannot.
It's at 1,400 and something, and some of them have had this for years.
Imagine.
Just keeping it there. Just keeping it there. Denying those who need it, those who want to bring in raw materials, those who want to pay school fees, you deny them the use of this. Everybody is complaining that we don't have enough dollars, and banks kept more than $5 billion. Something is wrong with us. I mean, we went to Afrexim Bank
to collect
a facility, 3 point something
couldn't even go for
million. Yet our banks had $5 billion.
And watching.
Doing what with it?
Watching. Tony, but for me, apart from the knee-jerk, to rescue the national currency, I think if we made the basic economic theory, if you made electricity stable and we went into an aggressive production exercise, we'll end foreign exchange and shore up the Naira.
At the level now, we have to use every approach possible.
Yes.
Just as Jide said, they've had this money over the years. And we have successive CBN governors.
Waiting for a time like this.
Yes, waiting for a time like this. It didn't happen today. The new CBN governor wasn't the governor yesterday. You understand what I'm saying? So what you're saying here is that we don't have the political will to tackle. Because when you talk about the housing social amount of dollars in their vault, we know these banks. They are no spirit. I've said it many times. They are banks in Nigeria. I can count how many banks we have in this country. What we need at this point is to have that energy, the strength to go after them. If at the expiration of these 24 hours that the CBN gave them, and they fail to do that, what I expect the CBN to do,
the big stick.
Exactly.
Yes.
So you don't have to go through at the level we are now. We need aggression. We need aggressive approach to this issue, because you can't sit down and watch the country, so myself and you have the solution before you. These are individuals, are institutions. CBN is a regulator, and you cannot be bigger than the regulator.
Of course not.
So you're giving them a mandate, and you watch them. By tomorrow morning, they don't do this. Then where the biscuit and big stick? It's simple and short, and start telling them that you are the regulator. You must regulate properly. You must regulate from the point of strength.
We can now
don't get too close to them.
That our problems
we can't continue to run the
man-made.
Yes,
man-made.
Simple. You said they should offload it. Some of them are going to design some forms, come up with some documents,
to circumvent it.
Yes, to circumvent it. Why not seize this thing from these guys? Banks have no business keeping
dollars.
This stock of dollars.
The central bank is empowered.
Because their job is to sell to you and I. They are intermediaries. Who have they kept it for? What banks are simply doing is, okay, let us see how we can make as much money as possible from foreign currency by holding what we have.
Yeah.
When the time is ripe, we then sell.
All right.
So that you can make more than 3 times the profit that you will have made if you used it at the time when you were supposed to use it. So we open our eyes and we watch them. We are housing dollars.
All right.
Housing dollars. And these dollars, they got from CBN.
In the first
it's not as if...
For a purpose.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Okay. Gentlemen, let's make some money for ourselves. That's not a crime. So we'll go on this commercial break. Come with us and return with us. Thank you.